Hello and welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today we're going to be showing you guys how to do 3 easy methods of gathers. Yep, you heard me. 3 easy methods of achieving your gathers in your fabric. Okay, there is one tool that you can use. I prefer not to use it, but some may. To me it's very complicated to put on and very complicated to master. I used it a couple of times, but once you have it on, it works good. But it's very complicated to put on and take off, and I don't like to deal with the hassle. So this was a buy for me that I could have went without. So I'm going to show you my way. Okay, the first way is the traditional way of doing it. I have 3 pieces of scrap fabric here, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you guys how to do it. First, you want to make sure that you have your machine on the loose stitch. So I turn it up to 4. And you want to make sure that your needle position is all the way to the right. Bam. You see that? You see that needle moving? All the way to the right. Okay? So now, just make sure my fabric. And you don't want to, when you're doing gathers this way, you don't want to start directly on the edge, because you want to make sure you have enough for your seam allowance to sew it together. So now, you want to drop your needle. Drop the needle. And your first stitches you're going to do is you're going to slow it, go slow, and you're going to back stitch to lock that stitch in. Now you're going to go all the way down. All the way down. So you get an inch away, right there. You're gonna lift up that foot, and you're gonna slide without back stitching. You're gonna slide it out, because you don't want to lock that in, because you're gonna need that in later on. You're gonna do the same exact thing again, but this time you're gonna move that presser foot. You're gonna move that needle over to the left. You're gonna back stitch right there. And you're gonna go all the way to that same place where it was. Lift up that foot, lift up your needle, pull it as far as you need it, snip. Now, you see you have 2 stitches. Both ends are locked. These ends are locked off where you can't sew. Can't pull. These ends are open. So you're gonna take these 2 ends, if I can get it. There we go. This is why I say you want to be very careful, because I may have just done something that's going to cause a problem. Okay, no doubt. Now, you're going to take those 2 pieces, come on now. They want to give me a hard time. It's normally not this difficult, you guys. Take it. And you're gonna hold those pieces snug, and you're gonna slide your fabric. But you're gonna take your time, and you're gonna slide it. Take your time and slide it. And the more you slide, the more you can grip this pretty firm, but don't grab it too tight to the point where you're gonna pull it and you're gonna snap your thread.
That makes me want to give up these streets, start a family. I can see us in the future, we're so happy. Oh baby, it ain't no secret, everybody knows. They say they can see.
Okay. As you can tell, we have now achieved your gathers. And whatever you're doing, if you're doing a skirt and you need gathers, make sure you have 3 times the amount of fabric as your waist. 3 times your waist, so that you can get the gathers that you want and they come out perfect. So now you're gonna take those 2 back pieces and you're gonna tie them off with the front piece. Just like that. Fat fingers and all. Tie it off just like that. So now that stitch isn't going anywhere. So you take your scissors, because you always want to make sure that you snip your loose ends. Don't snip too close to your knot that you just tied. Okay? That's one way. And when you do it, remember you do want to sew a little further down, but just not on the edge. Like I said, about an inch away would have been about right there. So that's one way of doing your gathers. And so you always want to make sure that you do a double stitch so that it's clean up under. Once you sew the waistband down, it's very clean. Okay, next step. I'm going to show you this one. This one I use pins, and all you do is make I'm gonna do it on the way where you can see it. Let me use this piece. Very small pleats, very small. And you take your pin, and you're gonna pin it. Very small pleats. Very small pleat. As small as you can possibly get it. Enough where you can flip it under, and you can sew it down. So. This technique, it takes a little time, but I love it because it relaxes me. It gives me time to sit and I can reflect. I can watch TV while I'm doing it. Yeah, I love doing pleats. I call myself a pleat king because I love pleats. And my favorite pleat is the box pleat. Okay, I didn't have to do too many just to show you. You see that? You get the same tech, you get the same vibe that you would get from doing the gathers. It's all looking the same. The last one I'm going to show you is this one. Now, and I'm going to do it in the middle so that you can see it. And you can put your stitch back on your regular stitch. I put mine between 2 and 3. Your needle placement. You can go back in the center. Right there. Okay. Now, very easy. I do this a lot when I use my tulle fabric. You're just gonna ruffle that fabric up. You're just gonna ruffle that fabric up. Right there. Now what you're gonna do, you're gonna take that fabric and you're gonna center it. This is where I'm going to show you how to do another ruffle gather. This is where you have 2 outsides with the center ruffle. The ruffle will be in the center. And I'm using a freehand ruffle with these rufflers. So let's see how we do it. You're going to take it and you're going to gather your fabric with your fingers like this. And you're going to sew across. Same way. Take your fingers and you're going to gather. Bring those gather as close as you can. Straight across. Straight across. Straight across. Straight straight across. Now you're gonna back stitch, locking that stitch out. So now, all you do, lift that foot, snip, and what do you have? This one is not as perfect as I intended it to be. It's not as perfect as I intended it to be. But you get the ruffle effect. You can flip it over like this. Flip it over like that, and you still get your ruffle. You still get your ruffle. And the more you gather, it, the better you're gonna get with doing it. So, like I said, I've shown you 3 different ways. I've shown you how to do it with your hand. I've shown you how to do it with the small pleats. It's gonna be the same exact thing. And I've shown you how to do it with your 2-stitch method, which is the traditional way of doing the gathers. I am much better with doing the with this one. It just didn't turn out the way I wanted it to, but you got the idea. Basically, right up in this area, you get the idea of what I'm going for as far as I want to make sure that everything is pleated like that. You want to make sure that everything is pleated, gathered. So, like I said, I want to thank you all for watching. Thank you all for being so supportive of Lavish Swag Fashion LLC. And like I said, continue to like and subscribe. Tell your friends to like and subscribe to our channel for more upcoming easy to do DIY videos and tutorials for your sewing partner. Once again, peace out and we love you.